Right, it's finished. Dorking Wanderers 0, Truro City 0. A rare 0-0 and probably one that nobody could have predicted with both teams lots of goals and things like that. But Marc, your summary and your thoughts?
Well, I mean, ultimately, it's a point against the league leaders, isn't it? But I thought across the game, listen, I thought Truro, I'm not sure they registered a shot on target during the game. We knew they'd be dangerous in dead balls. We defended them really well. I thought on the balance of the game, Alfie had a great chance put in by Briggs. Should pull the trigger earlier. Keeper makes a great save from Jimmy Mewett. We have loads more last third actions without looking compelling in those areas. So I thought, look, if anyone deserved to win, I thought we did. But equally, I credit Truro for a really stubborn point. They're a gritty, stubborn team. They break the game down to, I'll be honest with you, a lot of gamesmanship. And unfortunately, you can never guarantee officials understand what's going on the football field. And I credit them for that because, listen, I wish my boys were as good as they were at their dark arts. The 9 was fantastic for them. I mean, he had more dark arts than anyone I've ever met. And of course, the official man in the middle, to be honest, didn't know what day of the week it was in terms of like what he was doing, what was going on, and that plays into their hands. But listen, they were stubborn defensively. We were tempted today, James, to play like a 4-3-3 against their 3-5-2. We were tempted to play on their back line, to be honest with you. Something that probably at home we might look to do more, because obviously teams are playing with a back five, an extra defender, very deep. And for that reason, at home, we've struggled with the goals we've got away from home. But I'll be honest with you, in the context of the league, looking at a 2-week break coming up for us, a good win on Monday, we felt like today the main thing with that 2-week break coming up was to, not lose to one of our rivals. Like I say, I think we've done enough across the game to win it. I think if we win that game narrowly, I think you say the best side won the game. I think we probably had 63% possession. I think Truro defended really well. I thought our use of the ball in the last third wasn't good enough though. I think if Truro gave some teams in this league that much of the ball and got into the average we got into, they'd do more with it. So I thought we had to be better last third, but we did create enough chances to win across the 90. It's not always going to be a cricket score. No. Sometimes you win 1-0, 2-0, and I thought we created enough chances to do that. I thought we missed Jason today, actually. I think in the games where we're on their back line like Hemel, he's not as important, but in the games where they're physical battles, I think he's a big player for us. And you look at that spine, Dan Pipers, Josh Taylor, Jason, and it's a point gained in respect to the fact that a lot of these boys are coming back in the next couple of weeks. So we feel like we're going into this next couple of weeks with, a good little spell behind us and time to sort of, reboot the boys.
With you mentioned Jason there, with regards to him, it's kind of one that we've not really spoken about. Is there any kind of time on when he may sort of come back into contention, or people like Niall McManus as well, who's been missing as well?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a B-team game on Tuesday night where we should see Reece Murphy and McShane definitely. The Lingfield game down here, we should see Josh Taylor, Dan Pybus, Niall. A lot of these boys, now they need to get up to speed, and that's a different thing altogether. But a lot of these boys are returning now, slowly. And we was really aware of that as well going into today. So I think, for me, it's all about match play. If Hemel had beaten us the other day, we'd have changed our formation half hour ago and tried to win today. But with a good win under our belt Monday, knowing we've got a couple of week break, I was inclined to sit with the extra. We had a +1 at the back like them, and I thought that's why we were comfortable. So, I thought match play wise, we sort of took the point in the end. Didn't do enough final third. Truro very stubborn. Great at breaking the game up, and credit to them for that.
You said obviously that some chances that we had and things like that. However, Harrison did make one or two quite good saves, didn't he? Especially down here with the header that he's tipped wide quite
Yes.
late on from the number 9.
Yeah, that was their best chance. Yeah, the 9 was great. I mean, you've got to credit anybody who plays to win. But yeah, they're dead balls. Obviously, they had a long throw. So long throws and corners were going to be dangerous. Loads of their goals come from first and second phase. I thought as a team, what they do really well, they're very aggressive. They've got a great will to win. They identify first, second, third phase. And they're all about that, aren't they? There isn't any pattern to play. There's no phases. They're just about... And we've played teams like Slough and, it's really effective. That's the bottom line. And I think we've done well on the balance to defend those set pieces. But like I said, when all's said and done, across the 90, I think we shade it. Definitely shade it for chances. And we obviously shade it for possession as always. Without speaking ill of the dead, if you like, if you've got your Pybuses, your Josh Taylors, your Jason Pryors, is that the extra inch that gets you 2-0 wins in games like this? I'll be honest, from my perspective, what would I know? Yes is the answer. I think
just confirm they're not dead because I've seen all 4 of them down here today. So
yeah, exactly. They're not dead. Yeah, but I'm more so talking about the boys that are playing because when you talk about the ones that are missing, and the boys that are playing, I mean, Morgan's got man of the match and Jack Young's doing well. But all I'm saying is, regardless of them, McManus's, the ball carriers, the Josh Taylors, the boys like Pybus that hit a 30-40 yard pass. Jason, who, when you want someone to get in the box and
that's the plan B. That it kind of that when you say that, it kind of came to my mind today as well. Perhaps a different sort of change of tactic with somebody that just sling the ball in there for somebody.
Well,
like
I
Jason,
mean, he's a big player for us.
Yeah.
People must never get bored of Jason and should never judge him like he's a big player for us. And I think it was at Farnborough. We won 4-3. I'm not sure he even scored. Brennan got 2, didn't he? And he must have headed away about 10 corners. He organises his teammates, and he's a big player. And he ain't done yet, Jason Pryor. He might have gone from 25 goals a year to 17 or 15, but he ain't done. He's a big player for us. So, and Alfie, to be quite frank with you, is a much better player with Jason. That's just how it is. So, look, absentees probably stop us from winning that game. I think Truro need to be credited for their stubbornness. And we are probably where I think we've done well to be in the mix with all the plethora of problems. But there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. So we just need to, but guaranteed nothing. You might get all these boys back and then lose.
How do the next 2 weeks look then? Is it just relentless training? Is there any time off? Is it those kind of mixture with those getting those minutes in the B team? Is it just continuation still?
Yes, training, B team minutes. First team, we've got Surrey Senior Cup on the week Tuesday, training in between, and just try and get people up to speed really. Get a chip in them necks, very difficult place to go, really difficult place to go. I think we had to be a bit better today at times. First half, we spoke tactically about them having quite a big back 5, and if we needed to put the ball around the corner earlier, we should and we didn't. So, do you know what? A bit of a mixture of emotions, if that's the right word. What's for sure is I think we shade it, definitely. We could do better in the last third, definitely. We've got a lot of players missing, definitely, that improve us. But we've just got a point against the league leaders, and we can't be arrogant and think we should beat everyone in sight, although it's a really good trait that we do think that way. So we move on, chipping them away, but Lingfield at home in the County Cup a week Tuesday.
And I guess in those 2 weeks, really, it's just a case of sitting and seeing what else happens and then assessing where we are in that time with teams getting those games in that are on hand on us.
Yeah, certain positions on the field, like Dan Pybus and Niall retains his fitness always. The holding role, if you like, doesn't need uber fitness. You sort of, Jason, when he comes back from his hamstring, be fine. I think we can expect a lot of boys to slowly return. I think the ones that would be further away from full fitness would be the Josh Taylors and maybe the ones that sort of got the running games. Josh had been off. Josh said it's 12 weeks today. You're playing 12 weeks of the season without basically your best midfielder. That's tough.
Yeah.
But we're good at toughing these things out.
Yeah.
So appreciate all the fans coming.
Yeah.
Apologies for announcing it was 70 Truro. Because it was more than that, wasn't it? I mean, I think it's a good couple of hundred, which is phenomenal.
By the time they were all in there.
Yeah, thanks to the Truro fans for that. Really appreciate them coming down massively. That's a long way to come, and we really appreciate you putting money in the club.
Yeah.
Thanks to our fans as always for making a good racket.
Okay, thanks as always, Mark. And we'll probably catch up at the Lingfield game.
Yeah, Lingfield Fish and Chips.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.